Greetings, my fellow church family member. We're delighted to come to you this afternoon just to share a few thoughts and even some concerns with the church family. As I sit here right now outside in the parking lot, we have a food distribution program in progress. But it saddens me to say that we do not have enough volunteers to help us with this distribution. We have just a few individuals carrying the burden for the entire church and for this entire ministry. So I'm appealing to you again as fellow church members that you will join hands with us to make sure that this ministry does not suffer because of the lack of manpower. We need volunteers. Today, our National Guard contingent is not with us. They had to go for training. And so we're basically on our own with the few volunteers that we have. The team is really stretched and stressed. We need your help. So we're asking if you can come out on Wednesday. If it's not for the entire day, but some portion of the day, please let Sister Doja know. Those of you who may not be able to be here during the day, but you can come after work, we need help with the cleanup and putting things away. The team of about 5 or 6 people had to stay here last Wednesday until about 10 o'clock before they got home. And that's from being here from 9 in the morning. We can't allow this to continue because ministry is a shared burden. It's a shared sacrifice. And so I'm asking my church family, my brothers and sisters to join hands with us, share with us whatever time that you can give. If it's only a few hours, if it's 2 Wednesdays a month or even one, we need a pool of volunteers that will be consistent because this ministry will be with us for quite a while. God has blessed us to have hundreds of people coming to this campus every week seeking assistance. We are positioned to be more than just dispensing food that feeds the physical. Our main priority is to be ministering to the spiritual well-being of these individuals that God brings to our campus every week. I had a conversation with the pastoral staff and shared it with the elders that we need to come up with a comprehensive plan and approach, not only to take care of the physical, but we need to minister to the spiritual needs. Pray for us, pray with us, extend a hand in terms of time commitment. There's much work to be done. It should not be left to just a few volunteers. We need your help, so we're appealing to you. I would like to also share with you that starting on Friday, it's been announced on Sabbath, we're starting our summer revival. Now, I understand that you haven't been given much notice, an advance notice, but we're still asking you to join with us on Friday evening at 7:30. We'll be broadcasting here from the church from this Friday until next Friday, including Sabbath. And we will be having our summer revival. Primarily, we are working with 20 of our sister churches in the South Caribbean Conference in Trinidad, but we felt that we should share this with our Berean church family, and so we're inviting you to tune in, invite a friend, but most of all, we're asking for you to keep us in prayer. I want to thank the church family at large for your consistent and continued support of the church's ministry. Throughout the week while we're here, many come by and bring their tithe and offering and just drop by to say hello. We thank you for your prayers. We thank you for the calls, for the text messages that continue to give us encouragement and support. We are not without challenges, but there is no challenge that we are facing now that together with God's help, with our united efforts, that we cannot overcome. Pray for us that as God continues to lead us, we will be able to provide the kind of support, the kind of programming that we know will be a source of spiritual blessing and encouragement to you. We're planning now for additional programming on Friday evening, the youth. On Sabbath afternoon, we're looking at starting Bible classes and other forums where we can share content with our church family. So be on the lookout for that. It's still being developed. We hope that in September will be the rollout, that we can be more in touch with you. We can be more relevant in terms of what we are offering other than Sabbath and Wednesday night. We don't know when we're coming back to church in person. We hope that it's sooner rather than later. But we are governed by the guidelines, by the data coming from our medical professionals within the church and from the CDC and from our local governmental leaders. So pray that God will continue to work with us during this time while we're not together in person, but we are here in spirit. We are here daily carrying on God's work. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the calls. There's much work to be done. We'll be also planning our fall evangelistic meeting in October. We'll have more time to advertise and to plan. And again, we solicit your prayers. These are unusual times. These are unprecedented times. But you know what, saints? None of this caught God by surprise. The God that we serve, the God that you love, the God that I love, the God that we serve, He knew this was coming. And I believe that this is a moment for us as a people, as a church, as the Adventist family here at Berean and at large, for us to seek God's guidance so that we can be available to God to work in us and through us to meet the real needs. People are afraid. People have questions. School has reopened. We're not in person at our campus, but nonetheless, many of our students, many of our parents, many of our members who are teachers and administrators, they are back in school. We know what the risks are. So we're asking and soliciting your prayers for our educational leaders, that God will bless them and that God's Spirit would cover them. Pray for those members of our church family that we mentioned on Sabbath, and inadvertently we forget someone, we overlook someone, we omit a name. Please know that it is not personal, it is not intentional, but the volume of information that comes into us, sometimes in processing it all, we miss a step here and there. But continue to lift us up in prayer. And we thank God for your observations. We know that we receive information that we were not doing some of the things we ought to do as far as sanitizing the rostrum. I guarantee you this Sabbath coming, you will see a change. Pray for us. Continue to let us know how the programming is being received and give us your input. Finally, I want to thank God. We have about almost 10 individuals now who have pledged, and some have already turned in their $1,000. Again, if you can't give it all in one lump sum, break it up in installments. Talk to friends and family, reach out to them, ask them to join with us in upgrading our media equipment so that we can provide the best programming without all the hitches and glitches that we've experienced from time to time in the past. The infrastructure it's dated. It needs to be upgraded. The cameras are over 30 years old, but there's a lot of other pieces that goes with this. Pray for us. Join hands with us so that together we can meet what the requirements that our God has laid upon us and the privilege to be co-laborers with God. God bless you. Hold us up in prayer. This is your pastor, Pastor Jack, coming to you live from the Berean Seventh Adventist Church here in Atlanta, Georgia. Join us for prayer meeting tonight and again on Sabbath for divine service. Lift us up as we lift you up. God bless you.